out what I was doing wrong when I went to edit my video, and for some reason, the Rift microphone was picking up my audio on my recordings, and I don't know why, because I didn't set it as such. So this should be about 1,000 times better. We'll see if we can make it about 100 times quicker. So this morning, I saw that people were debating on whether or not you needed Content Manager to adjust this slider right here. So this is your pixels per display. Basically, this is going to be your super sampling, okay? You do not have to have this program to use super sampling. You do not, okay? It makes it quick and easy. You know, you're going to just come over to settings, and you'll probably be like this. So you're going to click here, and then you're going to go to video, and you'll adjust your slider right here. You can see some of my other settings here, and it is what it is. Now, what if you don't have Content Manager? Well, let me show you. This is a straightforward shot, dude. All you're going to do is you're going to open up File Explorer. Okay? If you don't have File Explorer, let's see if we can... File. There you go. So File Explorer. Okay? That's why I keep tabs down here, guys. So when people bitch and complain, say, oh, dude, you look so fucking messy and shit. Man, I don't really give a fuck. I got shit to do. You'll see when you have kids, dude. You got shit to do. You want to make things quick and easy. All right. So back to the topic. We're going to open up Assetto Corsa. So how are you going to do that? We're going to find where Assetto is. Okay? Now, if you don't know how to find it, let me walk you through real quick. We'll see what we can do here. So you're going to go to Assetto. You're going to right-click it. You're going to go to Properties. You're going to Local Files. And you go to Browse Local Files. Ta-da! Here you are. All right? But if you don't need that help, then you just open up Content Manager. You go to it. Steam Apps, Common, Assetto Corsa. Okay, now we're in the main folder. All right. So, to adjust super sampling, configure, Oculus, and it's going to look like this. Okay? So when you open it up, when you first find Oculus or Vive, it's going to open up and it's going to look like this. And you just go 0.5. And you can even exit and save. You're done. You just made super sampling 1.5, okay? You just going from 1 to 1.5 doubles your super sampling rate, okay? That basically in essence doubles your resolution there. Well, not your resolution, but your clarity. And I guess it is kind of doubling your resolution because if I remember correctly, it takes it and it increases the fucking resolution and then downsizes it back down. But I could be regurgitating something that I've read in the last 3 days that I'm incorrect on because my brain has literally turned to fucking liquid trying to get all this shit working smooth. But that's pretty much it. Straightforward. Done shot. I did want to touch on this like I did in the other video with my mic fucked up coming out of the Oculus. Don't be afraid to go in here, guys. It's not going to hurt anything. You know, don't be clicking on shit with your keyboard and things like that when you're going through here. But if you want to come in here and kind of take a look around, it's not going to hurt anything. You are not going to hurt anything by coming in here and exploring and seeing what you have and where things are. Because then that way when somebody goes, okay, I need you to go here to this, or I need you to open this up, or I need you to do that, it's not that big of a deal because you are familiar with how the folder works. You know, I came from Arma, and Arma was a fucking unforgiving slut of a whore. And it would destroy your life, and it would make you fucking come to your knees and beg for forgiveness, because you would know that the only way out was for you to delete the entire fucking game, reinstall the entire game, reinstall all the mods that you had to fucking download the hard way, and drag and drop everything back then to the correct folder in the correct way. And if somebody had rared the file inside of a rare, you were fucked. You would never find it. So it taught me a lot, and this is really easy. And that's why Content Manager is even more amazing, because it's like A3 launcher or DayZ launcher or A2 launcher back in the day, you know? That's why Bohemia adopted the Arma 3 launcher. It's called the Arma launcher. They literally copied the fucking dudes that were making the third-party software, and they just made it their own. That's it. And that's what this is. This is DayZ launcher for fucking Assetto, guys. Everything that you want to do, you can do from this unit. It's free. Just Google it. Content Manager for Assetto Corsa. You'll find it. And download it and throw the guy some fucking cash. You could throw the guy fucking 10 cents, but don't be a dick. He took the time to make our game easier to use, and in my opinion, it's a little bit more fun when you don't have the headache of a lot of the shit. Especially when you can go through now. I mean, you know, he's still updating it all the time. You can do skins. You can make your own skins directly from Content Manager now. Okay, there's things that I could show you when we'll get into that. You know, maybe I'll do like a series of using Content Manager or something for you guys. But there's so many features with Content Manager. One thing that I do want to touch on, guys, please, if you're making mods for the guys that you know, run servers like myself and Sim Drifter and all that guy, you know, it's really difficult when you get into some of the cars and a lot of the names are identical. You know, like Gothic did a Gothic before everything. You know, you get SDC has SDC before that. I think Tim put like DSG. Yeah, like Tim and Simon put DSG. The DTP guys have DTP. So finally, people started getting wise because, you know, when you come in here and you've got, you know, where is it? So I got these two S15s that are the same, and you know, you get into some of the other shit, and a lot of these, like, they're, you know, they're almost identical in a lot of ways, man. You know, granted, these are different years, so there's an, you know, there's an easier thing to do here, but when you get into some of the stuff, they're not that way. You know, I have a couple of DW versions that are, it just says 180 DW. How are you to know what's what? You don't. You really don't. And that's a problem. So when you're making your stuff, guys, it's a real simple thing. You ready? I want to show you this. So when you're making your cars, please, 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 please. See here how they called it AC Pontiac? Don't just call it a Pontiac G8. You know? At least this would have LS7 with a supercharger. But when you're getting into things, give it a name. Give it a specific name. So then we as managers of the server can come in here and easily find it. We don't have to come through here and see that there's 9 fucking AE86s, you know? Granted, these are different names, but you get what I mean. You get my point, okay? It makes it easier as a consumer, as an end consumer, okay? Because when it all comes down to it, the product is in our hands final, and then we're the ones that have to deal with all that. Just make it a little easier. Leave a better legacy for yourself as a modder, you know? Don't have people like myself and Matt Dorian and a lot of these guys that are going through, and not only are we fixing your fucking, your build, we're going through and we're fixing your center of gravity, we're fixing your fucking, your colliders, we're fixing your suspension. I mean, you guys are doing some great fucking mods. And then you go through on your setups and your builds, and it's dog shit. It's like the fucking, it's like some dude built a fucking car in his garage in 1996 to learn how to drift when drifting was still kinda new. That's the kind of setups we're finding in these builds, guys. It's like you might as well cut the fucking springs and shit and use blown shocks pissing oil all over your suspension. Because it's what you're doing. I mean, you need to have travel on these things, and setting everything up like a a fucking 326 garage and all that shit. It's fucking gayer than a bag of dicks, man. Everybody's got their own style, but you can't drift. You know, the Haraguchi idea and shit that looked cool back in the day, but then when shit got serious, do you ever notice that he was never at the top? Do you know why? Because the car drove like shit. The car handled like shit. So if the car handles like shit, it doesn't matter how good you are. The end product is still going to be shit. So when people are getting offended because myself or Matt or a lot of these guys are going through and we're quote-unquote fixing your mod, if you don't like that shit, don't release a broken mod to begin with. Fuck, when we released the Nori, it was still fucked up. It was the best fucking mod out. And the bar was set really goddamn high. But we could sit here, Matt could get on here with me and we could tell you every single thing that was wrong. We could sit there and pick apart how we had the fucking steering rack was in the wrong location, and I mean, this is so many fucking things, man. There's so many things. It goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on, and there's depth that you guys aren't even fucking touching on because you just want to get your mod out there so people can go, oh man, thanks for the mod. Well, that's great and all. That's your own prerogative. You do whatever you want, but take into consideration the end users, guys. That's all I'm saying. And if you don't get mad when the end user takes it in their own hands and fixes the shit. Because, hey, I'm a real fucking driver. I'm a real fabricator. I'm a real welder. I have never come across some shit where somebody brought me a car or a production fucking vehicle came out, and then I thought to myself, oh man, I really want this, but I don't want to violate their terms of agreement. I don't want to offend Nissan and cut their lower control arm and then extend it and box it. Nobody ever fucking does that. So why the fuck do you think somebody's going to do that in a game? Okay? Take your heads out of your asses, guys. Really. This game's to be enjoyed, and when it gets put out and shit is that could be enjoyable isn't enjoyable, somebody's going to fix it. And if you don't like that, don't put the mods out. Keep them private. Hope it helps out, guys. And nothing but love for each and every one of you. If you have any problems, questions, reach out. LMB Motorsports at Steam, LMB Motorsports at Twitch, and you can find me on Facebook. I'm probably your moderator. You guys have a good one. Take it easy, and we'll see you on the track.